Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Road to 180, which is my fitness journey from 240 pounds all the way down to 180 pounds, or as close as possible, of course, as quickly as possible. So if you're brand new to the journey, or if you just want a quick little refresher, as always, I will post a quick recap of the rules right up on the screen. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Last week, we cracked the 180s barrier. We finally got down to within the last 10 pounds. This week, on this beautiful Sunday morning, I have weighed in at 188.4 pounds, which is a 1.4 pound decrease from last week. Now, it's not the Herculean numbers that we've been posting in subsequent episodes, or rather in previous episodes. That said, it is more in keeping with the 1.5 to 2 pound loss that we were initially hoping for on this cut. Again, it's still going in the right direction. Would have been nice if it was, a little bit more, but at the same time, I'm happy with it. We're still well on the way to 180, and we are well on our way to wrapping this up within 3 weeks' time. So, as always, I will post the progress picture in comparison to the original, and again, starting to notice a lot more loose skin around the midsection. We'll have to get some plastic surgery to take care of that eventually. I did sort of, in my impatience, bring this about, but at the same time, the delts are popping a little bit more. The vascularity isn't as prominent, I'm noticing this week, mainly because I think my body might be retaining a little bit of water. Like I said in a couple of previous episodes, my body might randomly start retaining that because we're so close to the end. But that said, though, it is now how to say this, and forgive my stumbling of the words. It's the brain fog is killing me. But it is just worlds of difference, even from 240 to what I am now, 188, and even looking back at previous photos of myself when I was, in the 300s, it looks like a completely different person. So overall, I'm still very happy with it. What did I eat this week? Well, it's the ground beef is done. I'm still eating cottage cheese, still eating 5 eggs a day, still drinking my 3 liters of water. Instead of ground beef now, it is a strip loin steak. So essentially I'm eating around 20 ounces of that, which is around... it's a little bit less than 600 grams for those of you who use metric. Of that steak, 250 grams of cottage cheese, 5 eggs, and that works out to be 1,700 calories by my calculations anyway. And I'm not gonna lie, it's I am really looking forward to actually eating more food in the next 3 weeks, especially when I reverse the diet. I catch myself daydreaming about food a lot. But hey, look, it's the business end of the cut. This is where we're at. I'm just gonna power through these next 3 weeks, and then we can eat the same types of food, just add a little bit more of it, and then of course I will be reintroducing gradually some things into my diet. So I will gradually be reintroducing, some rice. We'll get to eat more fruit, which is nice. It won't be so lean as it is now. Update on my workouts. So I will post the numbers right up on the screen here, and it's very much a mixed bag, kind of like it was at the beginning of the cut. It's almost weird how cyclical these things go. Yesterday was my push day, and while I was doing really well on my bench press, I actually I wasn't able to complete the last set of 8. I can only do 6. My weighted dips are progressing, but this one was like, I mean, I barely finished them. They were really, really tough. Same thing with the lateral raises. And I mean, things, just lifting weights right now is just in trying to progress and trying to either get heavier or add that extra rep in is just really, really tough. It is, it's like conquering a mountain every time I go in, which is good because if I do end up completing it, I do get that extra burst of, yes, I managed to complete this. But at the same time, it's it's just very difficult now. And I just can't wait to eat a little bit more. I know it's broken record time. I kind of had to do it, but I just can't wait to eat more, so then that way I can feel like I'm actually progressing in strength rather than sort of, I don't know. It's an odd situation that I'm in, because like, if my numbers increase, I'm like, okay, nice, I can do that. I'm doing this on a deficit, but always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking this would be so much better if I had more energy in me. And yeah, I guess that's without saying any more about it. It's going to be nice to actually make proper strength gains. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So my general thoughts on the journey. Well, we've posted a 1.4 pound decrease. We're still in the right direction. And you know what? That's about as much as I could ask for this week. It's getting rough. I'm noticing myself. I am noticing the fact that it's very difficult for me to stick to a train of thought. It's difficult for me to, sometimes I'll zone out in the middle of a conversation when I'm saying something, which is not helpful. I'm also noticing myself that I'm speaking slower. And maybe you folks in the comments who've seen a couple previous videos of mine, maybe you can let me know in the comments below if you've noticed that I've been speaking a little bit more slowly. It's the exhaustion levels have not changed. It is getting very, very difficult, to the point where most everything in my life is on hold. I haven't had the energy, to both the physical and the mental energy, to make more videos. So I'm literally just doing these because it's about all I can manage. Essentially, I have 21 days left, 3 more weigh-ins. I am going to go on record and say that I will set a hard stop for this on June 4th. And the reason for that is because I think that, well, I have very strong doubts that I'll be able to continue doing this past that, without running into the risk of falling off my diet or anything else. I think it's the objectives, according to some, have more or less been completed. You know, my net loss right now stands at over 160 pounds, which is absolutely nuts. That's a whole other human being. Again, given like I explained in a previous video, my logic is that I want to get as close to 180 as possible. So then that way, if and when life happens and I do end up gaining a little bit more weight in the future or whatever else, then that way I'm as far away from 350 as possible. I'm also as far away from 220 as possible. So then that way, again, if and when life happens, I'm not right back to where I started. But again, like I said, this is we're setting a hard stop at June 4th. 3 more weigh-ins. Everything else is pretty much on hold because I sort of need to conserve my energy for these next 21 days. They're not going to be easy. Nothing worthwhile ever is. But I almost want to do and say this just almost as a cautionary tale, not to go so restrictive, because I mean, if I did have it over again, if I had the knowledge, not just technical knowledge, but the personal knowledge that I knew, that I have now, I probably would have done this whole, over these past 2 years. I probably would have done things a little bit differently. I've realized that you don't have to go at it like a savage, but I guess that's just what is it that the youngsters say? I guess I just have that dog in me, so I have to. So this is the only way that I know how to do it, or that I knew how to do it. But at the risk of rambling, I'll put a pin in it there. This has been the 19th episode of The Road to 180. If you found this informative, entertaining, all of the above, none of the above, drop a like on the video and a comment down below to share your thoughts, and as well to let me know if I actually am speaking a little bit more slowly as compared to my previous episodes. As well, consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this and other types of content that I will be producing in the future on my channel once I have enough energy and time to do so. Thank you all so much. Let's power through this week. We've got 21 days to go, 3 more weigh-ins, which means 3 more videos like this until our hard stop on June 4th. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you all in the next one with another update. Take care, everybody.